Hello Sagittarius, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. How you doing, Sag? Thank you so much for showing up here, my fire family. We are looking at a couple of decks this week. We've got Lenormand Reverie and we've got the Kipper. So we're going to look at both of these for the overall energy for the week ahead. Then we're going to look at some tarot. Sag, thanks for showing up here. I appreciate you. If you're someone who shows up here all the time, if you're brand new and you've never been here before, welcome. I hope you'll stay. And if you want to hang out by the end of the video, I will tell you about the last day of my private reading sale. And we will also talk about an extension if you want to, how to find the extension if you're interested in that. All right, let's find out what's going on the week ahead. Sag, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Don't forget, Mercury's already in retrograde. It's kind of fucking shit up in Leo. Just saying. Nice way to say it. That's the way Sag would say it. Just get it out there, right? Tell me about Sagittarius. All right. So Sag, it does look like there is possibly something that you've been waiting for, or possibly someone's been waiting on you. Now, we do have someone who is in a man's body here, right? Could be feminine or masculine, but we do have the Ace of Hearts on the bottom of the deck, which is the Ace of Cups. We've got card number 28, and 28 is a 10, and it does break down to a 1, which is the beginning of something. Something is beginning. Now, I feel like there's sort of a very deep or very thoughtful sort of energy that comes along with this person who's sitting in the chair. We see this person's not wearing any shoes, which tells me that they're being very vulnerable about their feelings. So tell me if it's you or them, but it feels like there is something here that's very deep that needs to be explored or possibly wants to be explored. So somebody here really wants to explore the vulnerability of emotions is what it feels like. We do have the tulips here. We have the Queen of Swords. And so it feels like somebody here who's been very quiet about their feelings possibly is about to say something out loud, very honestly, very truthful. And it feels like it's soon, Sag, because we've got card number 9. 9 is indicating of a hermit energy, which is quiet, being very quiet about my feelings about something here. Feelings, or that you've been a gift in their life or they've been a gift in yours. It feels like the Queen of Swords in the bottom right-hand corner is telling me I need to be really honest after a period of being silent about this deep feeling that I have. It almost feels like you already know about it, Sag, because we have somebody here who's waiting, right? So it could be you or it could be them. Take it as it resonates for you. Bottom of the deck, we have the Child. It is card number 13. It is an indication that there is transformation going on here. And so something is about to change, or something is in the midst of transition. And it feels like it is something that is about to show up, as I said, really quickly. Bottom right-hand corner, we have the Jack of Spades, which is the Knight of Swords. And so that's Gemini energy. And that means that things are going to be said. I'm just going to say it truthfully, honestly, about something that's been hiding under the surface or has been buried deeply in the well. Very interesting. All right. Let's find out what else is going on here. I feel like when this person does say something, or if you are the person deciding to speak out loud, it's going to be looked at as something that has been brewing under the surface for a while, but it's also going to be looked at as sort of a gift, I would say. Somebody's going to be very happy that the other person was honest about it finally. Like, I want to say finally. Someone might bring you flowers. I'm just saying, when they see you next time, they might bring you flowers. It feels like something's about to begin here because 13, right, is the Death card. And so it is transformational. And it's also the Child being here is something that is starting from the beginning, or something that is just sort of growing, that has just been born, possibly, or about to be born. Tell me what else we need to know. All right. Well, there's a little bit more information. I feel like someone's stolen your heart here, my friend, is what it feels like. It does feel like here that we have the Lovers. With the Lovers, this energy is giving me, of course, the Lovers, like it would in tarot, but it's also giving me this feeling that someone has so many feelings, because it's card number 15, right, which is a 6, which is the Lovers in tarot, but it's like This person is almost obsessed with you. So it's an obsessive thought pattern. To me, this is the King of Swords. We could be talking about a Libra, a Gemini, or an Aquarius. There is somebody here that wants to even their thought pattern. Card number 22 is a 4, and so stability is what they're looking for. They're looking for balance, looking for stability. This person will bring the official word. They are the official person. Now, that could mean many things. It could be a lawyer, a judge, a magistrate, somebody who's a notary, someone signing something. It could be legal for some of you, but this could also be someone that you see as an official person, like the only person you have your eyes on. Like when they show up, they are the official person in your life. And so it feels like somebody is about to show up after having been on some sort of long journey, or somebody who is going to take you on a journey. Let's get some tarot and see what else is going on here. I already dropped a card. Let's find out what's going on for Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. What's this? Oh, the Empress. Okay. It's going to be abundant, or someone is coming for the Empress. The Empress doesn't chase, the Empress would attract. So whatever you've been attracting, dear Empress, is on its way. The official letter, the official say-so, the official something. The official person is bringing the official word, is what it feels like. Tell me about Sagittarius. We've got the Queen of Cups, the Two of Cups, friend. We've got the Eight of Wands. We've got the Eight of Cups, and we've got the Hermit energy. Now, you know I'm an energy reader, and I always go with the energy of the reading. And all of this is pointing to somebody who is coming back round, my friend. It feels like there is someone who has stolen your heart. I think that there has been an ending between you and them, which means that I feel like they have either gone on this journey, or it feels like maybe a journey of the heart or a journey of love. It feels like somebody needed to learn something. Maybe needed to feel the lack of your presence. Like it feels like somebody was on a spiritual journey is what it feels like, because the Queen of Cups is here. It does feel like a spiritual journey because the Hermit is here. And it feels like somebody has had some sort of revelation or realization here. They are somebody who is a wounded warrior, and so somebody who carries a lot of pressure with them. They've been forged through fire. Somebody who's kind of always feels like they're walking through fire. Someone who's kind of exhausted. This person, I feel, is about to bring you some type of gift. Now, the gift itself could be communication. The Queen of Swords is here. They could say the right thing, say something loving or kind. Maybe that's the gift. But it could also be that this person here, after being sort of off the grid, I'm going to say, because in the Nine of Wands, like the Eight of Wands is here to indicate that things are going to be moving forward. That Sagittarius energy, and somebody is going to be taking some sort of a risk or an exciting new opening. They want to build some sort of foundation with you. And so it does feel like it's a very sweet, kind sort of energy, like someone bringing a gift. It could be a gift of words, but it feels like it's something that's been hiding or has been very deeply buried for a while. And it does feel like you've been sort of on the edge of your seat, waiting for them to say something, because you know that something is going on under the surface that is very deep. Got the Well and the Queen of Cups, and I feel like it's here. There is a bond between you and someone. It could be platonic, but it could be romantic. Take it as it fits into your life, but I feel like somebody has been quiet about the bond. They know there's a bond, you know there's a bond, and they've been quiet about the bond and holding it under the surface. It feels like somebody has a fear. Like, look, when we look at the well, what do you think of, right? Sometimes I think of, throwing a coin in the well and making a wish. And sometimes I think about the ring bitch, right? So it depends on your perception or your perspective of this reading as you're watching. And I feel like for those of you who know that it does resonate with, there's somebody here that you have a bond with. And I feel like it's been a silent bond. So it's something that you know about, that you feel very connected with someone spiritually or empathically or energetically, but it feels as though you've been apart from each other. And I don't think it's anything really dramatic. I'm just going to say, like, it does feel like somebody's gone on a really heartfelt journey. It feels like they've gone on a journey to look for the two cups. And it feels like they've been wandering about looking for the two cups, trying to figure out what they want. I think they are going to bring you an official word. It feels like that. We do have a thief, and then we have distant horizons, again, indicating that somebody has been unloading some really heavy stuff. We've got the anchor here, that the only way that they could fly was by letting go of a lot of things that have been weighing them down. 36 is a 9, which is the Hermit. And that's why they've been quiet. Somebody's been on a journey of self, I feel. They feel as though things have been taken from them or stolen from them. It feels like somebody here is really trying to figure out who they are. Feels like they feel as though life has not been fair, possibly, and they're trying to figure out why. I feel like this person is coming back to build some sort of a foundation with you. So take it as it resonates for you. Let's look at a little bit of clarifying. Tell me about Sagittarius. Tell me about Sagittarius. What do we need to know here? What are we going to talk about first? You know, because the flowers are here, and the Lovers, and the Well, and then this person waiting here with a rose in hand, right? Feeling very vulnerable. I do feel like this is probably something that is romantically related, but I'm going to say it's always been under the surface. This is not something that's ever been explored. So you've not dated this person. This is not somebody that you have a romantic link to. I feel like this is somebody who, that there's always been unspoken emotional bond between you, and neither one of you has probably said anything. Tell me about the Lovers, and yeah, let's start there. Tell me about the Lovers. We have the Three of Wands. So this is the person who is going to be showing up in the future. And I feel like somebody here is about to make a bold move. They are somebody who I feel is gaining momentum with the Nine of Wands. We're at the nines, right? The 9 is here. We're at the nines. It looks like something here is about to end, like the tens, right, break down to a 1, which is the beginning of something, but the tens are also the indication that something is ending, so something else can begin. And so we know that there's an ending showing up here in the future. It does feel like this person is about to make a really big, bold move. They feel like they are enough now. It feels like when they were on this journey of self that they didn't feel like they had enough to offer. They didn't feel like they were enough for you. Maybe they didn't feel like they were emotionally enough, because we're looking at water, and emotions, right? Maybe they didn't feel like they could offer you enough. But I feel like this person is coming in as the official person, and they could be Virgo, they could be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo, possibly a Scorpio. Feels like they are maybe an Aries, yeah, or a Gemini. It feels like they are coming in to say something. It does feel like that's what this official person is here for. Maybe to acknowledge the bond. Tell me about this Queen of Cups and the Two of Cups. We've got the Page of Wands. We've got the Empress, and we've got the Hierophant. So I do feel that somebody has definitely seen your worth. They see you as the person who is like the, what is that in my mind's eye? Charlie's giving me a, I'm going to say a beacon of light, because I'm looking at a lighthouse, and where I'm looking at it is at Peggy's Cove. So on the East Coast, right? And so it looks like, you know, this big, tall lighthouse with a light that's going around. It's almost like they can't ignore it. You are the way. It's like the only way to get back is by looking at your light, is what it feels like. The Empress is here, and I feel like you're staying put. I don't feel like you're calling anybody. I feel like you're attracting, but I don't feel like you are in the DMs chasing this person at all. I feel like this person is going to take some type of small risk. Now, when I say small, it's because the Page of Wands is here. They're either going to travel to see you, or they're somebody who is taking a small risk, and it excites them just a little bit. I feel like they're beginning to acknowledge some sort of deep feeling that they have here. It does feel like this person has been away from you, or there's been distance between you, because this person is acting very detached. Now, The Eight of Cups tells me they're leaving behind what they don't want, very detached, but also because to me this is the King of Swords. So I feel like they are being very quiet and detached. And tell me why. Why are they being very quiet and detached with Sag? We have the Five of Pentacles, we have the Nine of Wands, and we have the Ace of Wands. Well, interesting, because we have the Nine of Wands here and the Ace of Wands. So it does feel like somebody here has been quiet because they've been trying to heal, I want to say. We've got 10 wands here, right? And so the 10 wands, a 9, and the Ace of Wands tells me that before this person decided to make a really big, bold move, that they needed to heal themselves. They felt like they weren't enough. The Five of Pentacles indicates a disconnection. In the pentacle world, with money, with the self, there's a disconnection, or I feel bad, or feel in lack. And so it feels like they were feeling in lack because they've been through a lot. This person was feeling exhausted, or that they were carrying too much. It feels like they're finally putting down these burdens, and it's time for them to come forward, to move forward to you here, Sagittarius, right? And it's time for them to bring in something here. So I feel like the Queen of Swords is telling me that you are going to receive some type of gift. And it feels like something you're not expecting because the Well is here. Tell me about this for Sag. There is the Ace of Cups. You've got the Moon energy. You're definitely not expecting any communication from this person because they are very detached. And so it does feel like it is someone who has a hard time bringing their feelings to the surface, feeling their feelings, or possibly they have an air sign in the sun or the rising, likely. So it does feel like this person is going to say something. They are a person who has been detached, but please understand that when somebody's walking away from the 8, they're going out to look for the 2, and the 2 is right here at the center of your reading. So I feel like what's taken them away is bringing them back round, and because they see that you are the beacon of light. You are the one who has stability and security. You are somebody who is doing your thing with your back turned to them. And that's what's making them show up. Look, not everybody responds to people who are just in their DMs and won't leave them alone. The queen, the ultimate queen, right? The Empress is the one who has everything they need. They don't feel like they must have somebody external to them validate them by chasing and chasing. And so the Empress isn't going to chase. Empress is going to be living in the higher self. Empress is going to be doing things that are exciting, starting new projects, birthing new things. And I feel like this person is feeling a little left out, to be honest. I feel like with this Ace of Wands here, this is somebody who is deciding to come forward and to try and move things forward with you. They're making a decision. We are going to go into the extended. We're going to talk about the rest of this. We'll clarify the rest of it and see what's going on, try and give you sort of an idea of what's going on here. And when they're going to stop being silent, when they're going to break the silence. If you are interested in going to the extended, please, there's 2 ways you can do it, so please look in the pinned comment for both. If you'd like to purchase just this extended, you can do that by looking in the comments. There is a link to just purchase this extended outright, or you can come to the membership area where you can get all of your extendeds for one low monthly price. And now there's only 1 day left for the private reading sale. If that's what you're interested in, there is a code in the pinned comment if you want 10% off of any of my pre-recorded readings, but you can also have between 5 and 75% off of my live readings. If you'd like to speak on the phone, do face-to-face, we can do that as well. I've been having a lot of fun getting to know you guys that way. So I'm going to go into the extended, and if you'd like to be there, that's where we will be. And if this is where we part, that's okay, because I'll be back. I'll be back, because I'm always back, Sag. Thank you, my fire family. Thanks for being here, and I will talk to you soon. Happy Saturday. Bye-bye.